Galaxy Note 10 pricing has apparently leaked. $1,000 for the lowest model of the Note 10, and it's not even touching the Plus or the Pro or whatever different version they're gonna have this year. Alright, so what's going on, everybody? Tech King Mike back again with another video, and yeah, I just want to talk about this Note pricing that has come out, and I just kind of want to touch base with you guys because I think that I think we have to look at this from two different perspectives. You got to look at it from the average consumer's perspective, and then you got to look at it from my perspective, which is someone who tries to pay attention to what's going on with tech and smartphones, tries to watch other tech YouTubers, other videos of other content creators or YouTubers, and kind of pick their brains and see where their mindsets are at on this. And I'm gonna kind of approach this from two sides of a coin, okay? So I'm gonna approach it from my perspective, which is too high. $1,000 for the lowest model of the Note 10 this year. I just feel like for what we're possibly losing with the Note is a little bit much. I think Samsung's asking a little bit much for that. But you also have to pay attention to what's going on with the market, and you have to pay attention to what Samsung has done. In 2017, the Note 8 was released at $950. At the time, that was the most expensive smartphone out before the iPhone 10. And then last year we had the Note 9 that dropped with two different variants. One was $1,000, one was $1,250. So Samsung is just continuing to get more expensive with their variants that they drop. And this year they're adding more variants, which means more money depending on which one you get. So from my perspective, I think that's a little bit too much money, especially considering the fact that a Samsung phone loses value faster than a brand new car driving off the lot. It drops way too fast. 2 months later, you can barely get 50% of your money back for the device. Now, that is something that is a well-known issue. It's a well-documented issue when it comes to Samsung phones. So at this point, people who buy Samsung phones are either buying them because they're used to Samsung and they're okay with it, or they are just they're okay with it. They accept it. Or they may be the type of people who do like a lease or a payment plan on their phone every month, and they don't really care about the price of the phone. Which leads me to the average consumer point of view, which is where I kind of got to play the devil's advocate and say, I don't think the price matters anymore, folks. Think about this for a second. Follow me. I know I'm going to sound crazy for this, but follow me for a second. The average consumer, and I'm not talking about the average consumer that follows me. I'm not talking about the average consumer that doesn't even know who MKBHD is. I'm talking about the average consumer that doesn't even really look at tech YouTube like that. These are the people who are using the same phone for 2 to 3 years. These are the same people who are using a phone until it just falls apart and it can't function anymore. I know these types of people because they're in my family. They're friends of mine that live in areas that I grew up in. And these folks don't care. They don't care about a $1,000 phone because they're still using the one from 2 or 3 years ago that cost $750 or costs $800. But the thing is, because of the way the carriers are set up now, this $1,000 phone that some of us are just, we're just up in arms about it, these guys are probably going to go into the store, upgrade their line, and probably pay $80 up front. And then their bill is not going to change no more than $5 to $10 a month because they're going to break that phone down over a payment plan depending on who your carrier is, 24 months to 30 months. If you got T-Mobile, you go in the store and pay what you need to pay to get the phone and walk out. And in 30 days, if you decide, well, it's not what I wanted, I'm not really feeling it, I'm whatever, hey man, you can go in the store and jump it and get another phone. So they're not really caring about the price like that. So when it comes to the price of this Note, we can be up in arms about it. We can be hooping and hollering and squirming about it. And quite frankly, we are probably still gonna buy it because we wanna know what it's like. Now, which one we buy will vary. And I think that's a good thing. I think that creates a diversity within the tech space because you might find 10 people who bought the $1,000 Note 10. You might find 10 people who bought the mid-tier Note 10. Then you might find some people who bought the Note 10 Pro. There's a whole different niche for every single person's wallet and every single person's definition of a good smartphone. I hate when people ask the question, what's the perfect smartphone? There is no such thing as a perfect smartphone. Get that through your head, folks. There's no such thing as a perfect smartphone. So let's just leave that alone and never ask that question again because the perfect smartphone depends on the individual, not the smartphone itself. But I digress. All I'm saying is I think that we got to see what's going to happen with the Note when it drops. I think August 7th is going to reveal a lot to us. Is it going to have no micro SD card? Is it going to have no headphone jack? Is it going to take away some of the things that we love about the Note? Is it going to have that slow ultrasonic fingerprint scanner in it? Probably. Probably. We're at a point now where these phones, I think the last phone that shocked the world was the iPhone 10. And that was because we really didn't get a lot of leaks and rumors about that device until it came. But now we live in a day and age where we knew what the Note 10 looked like 2 months ago. Let's just be honest, we knew what it looked like 2 months ago. And it's just that you can't hide from the internet anymore. So I'm excited for the Note 10. The price does bother me a little bit, but I'd be lying if I said that I still wasn't thinking about getting it, just because I've owned every single Note since the Note 4. The only Note that I did not own was the Note 7, and that's because by the time I was ready to get another phone, the Note 7 was already off shelves and I couldn't do nothing about it. And I wasn't finna pay that money for a fan edition when it wasn't the true thing that I really wanted. So I stuck with my Note 5 for a little bit longer until I got the Note 8. But I digress, people. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you'll leave me a comment down below, like, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. My name is Mike. Thank you for coming by. Peace.